Our financial journey into the ancient world begins in 1 Kings 10:14, where we learn a stunning detail. Specifically, now, the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. To grasp the sheer magnitude of this number, a single talent is often estimated to be around 75 pounds. Therefore, this yearly accumulation represents literally tons of pure gold. This was not just a king's personal fortune. It was a clear indication of a powerful, organized, and global economic powerhouse operating at an unprecedented scale. But how did he systematically achieve this continuous, astonishing influx of capital? It certainly wasn't through mere chance or random luck. It was, without a doubt, achieved through strategic business ventures rooted firmly in divine and practical wisdom. Solomon's renowned wisdom wasn't exclusively confined to matters of state, law, or philosophy. It profoundly permeated all of his extensive financial decisions and economic policy. He astutely understood that true, enduring wealth wasn't solely about the act of hoarding precious resources, but fundamentally about creating sustainable systems and repeatable structures for prosperity that could generate wealth long-term. What were these powerful, resilient, and effective systems? Solomon didn't limit his prosperous kingdom to strictly local resources or the output of his small geographical area. He deliberately and proactively established complex, interconnected trade routes with distant, powerful lands. These ventures facilitated the lucrative import and export of incredibly valuable goods like exotic spices, rare precious metals, magnificent building materials, and highly coveted war horses and chariots. 1 Kings 10 meticulously details the extensive and mutually beneficial trade relationships Solomon successfully cultivated across the known world. A profound statement encapsulates this success. And the king made silver as common in Jerusalem as stones. This extraordinary statement was far from being mere exaggeration or hyperbole. It was the direct, measurable result of profoundly shrewd and strategic international commerce and economic maneuvering. This expansive trade network served as a phenomenal engine of economic growth, bringing diverse resources and cultures together, which, in turn, generated enormous tax revenues and customs duties for the royal treasury. Christian finance. Tip number 1. Diversify your income streams. Just as Solomon wisely traded with multiple nations, do not rely exclusively on a single source of income for your financial security and growth. Explore ethically sound side hustles, strategically chosen investments, and new business ventures to thoughtfully create a robust and comprehensive financial safety net that can withstand economic shocks. Solomon was a visionary leader who invested heavily in massive, transformative building projects, most famously including the magnificent temple in Jerusalem and the extensive network of fortified cities scattered across his domain. These were never intended to be simple vanity projects, built for fleeting self-adulation. They were highly strategic investments that vigorously stimulated the entire national economy and consistently created widespread, meaningful employment opportunities for his people. Think of these massive undertakings as Solomon's ancient, immensely successful version of modern infrastructure spending, a strategy proven to multiply capital through economic activity. So Solomon built the temple and completed it. 1 Kings 6:14. This iconic verse is not merely a record of religious devotion. It represents a towering achievement in economic development. The temple, once completed, did not just become a place of worship. It quickly became the undisputed center of commerce, pilgrimage, and international interest, attracting a continuous stream of visitors, which subsequently generated significant revenue through offerings and the necessary supportive commerce that grew up around the holy site. This investment in the kingdom's physical and spiritual capital provided lasting, compounding returns. The rapid acquisition of immense wealth, however, inevitably comes with its own specific and often profound set of unique challenges. Solomon was forced to face potential internal strife, persistent external threats from rival kingdoms, and the powerful, ever-present temptation to stray from God's prescribed path and foundational principles. Solomon was definitively a master of efficient and effective resource management. He fully understood the paramount importance of conserving resources and deploying them only when they could be used wisely and strategically for maximum impact. Proverbs 21:20 states with unmistakable clarity, Precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. This pivotal verse eloquently encapsulates Solomon's entire approach to personal and national finances. The consistent necessity to conserve resources, the intelligent requirement to invest them for growth, and the personal discipline to avoid waste and frivolous expenditure at all costs. This principle emphasizes the difference between consumption and production. The wise man saves and invests his valuable resources, making them work for him, while the foolish man immediately consumes everything he acquires, leaving nothing for future growth or unforeseen crises. Christian finance. Tip number 2. Practice diligent budgeting. It is vital to actively track your personal income and all your monthly expenses. Precisely identify specific areas where you can reasonably cut back on spending, and intelligently allocate your valuable resources to achieve maximum financial gain. Just as Solomon masterfully managed his entire kingdom's resources with foresight, you must manage your personal finances with the utmost care, discipline, and attention to detail. Solomon possessed an innate understanding of the profound and multiplier power of collaboration. He actively and strategically formed comprehensive alliances with other influential nations, skillfully leveraging their unique resources and specialized expertise to the immense benefit of his own burgeoning kingdom. Hiram, king of Tyre, emerged as a key and crucial ally, generously providing essential cedar wood and highly skilled craftsmen for the temple's historically significant construction. And Hiram sent men to Solomon because he had heard that they had anointed him king in place of his father. For Hiram always loved David. 1 Kings 5:1. This powerful partnership was not merely a simple political arrangement, it was a deeply effective economic strategy. It successfully allowed Solomon to quickly and efficiently access critical resources and specialized skills that he simply did not possess within his own borders, thereby dramatically expanding his kingdom's overall capabilities and productive capacity. However, the immense accumulation of wealth and power was not without its pitfalls. Solomon's later years were tragically marked by a significant spiritual decline, unfortunately due to his multitude of foreign wives, who tragically led him away from the monotheistic worship of the Lord. This sobering period serves as a crucial and profound cautionary tale for every generation. Significant wealth without constant wisdom and adherence to principle can ultimately lead to personal and financial ruin. The pursuit of profit must always be balanced by the pursuit of piety. So, having analyzed these ancient but potent principles, how can we effectively apply King Solomon's biblical wealth principles to the complex landscape of our lives today? It is not about attempting to physically replicate his massive ancient kingdom. It is about thoughtfully adopting his enduring mindset. This requires actively and consistently seeking divine wisdom, committing to diversifying our income, diligently and strategically managing our resources with great care, and proactively forming strategic partnerships that add value and expand our reach. Christian finance. Tip number 3. Seek godly counsel. Just as Solomon earnestly sought ultimate wisdom from God as his primary resource, we must actively seek reliable, biblically sound advice from trusted Christian financial advisors and mentors who can provide guidance firmly based upon foundational biblical principles and proven financial acumen. Proverbs 3:13-14 provides the foundational reason for prioritizing wisdom. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and her profit better than gold. This verse is far more than a statement about mere intellectual knowledge. It is a declaration about practical wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments, which consistently leads to genuine, long-term financial prosperity and security. The profit derived from wise living and sound decision-making always surpasses the temporary value of pure material gain. Consider the timeless and instructive story of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. In this powerful parable, the master entrusted his servants with various amounts of money, and the servants who thoughtfully and aggressively invested wisely were richly rewarded upon his return, while the one who fearfully buried his talent was severely punished for his inaction. This parable strongly reinforces Solomon's core principles. You must actively use your resources wisely. You must invest strategically to generate growth, and you must possess the courage not to be afraid to take calculated and responsible risks when opportunity arises. The underlying message is one of stewardship and productivity, reminding us that resources are given to be used and multiplied, not simply to be hidden away. As you thoughtfully reflect on King Solomon's biblical wealth principles, take a moment to consider these deeply personal and actionable questions, using them as a personal audit of your current financial health. 1. Am I actively diversifying my income streams, or am I precariously relying too heavily on one single, vulnerable source for my livelihood and future? 2. Am I truly managing my resources wisely, engaging in prudent planning and savings, or am I mindlessly wasting them on frivolous, non-essential expenses that provide no lasting value? 3. Am I seeking godly, reliable counsel in my major financial decisions, or am I recklessly relying solely on my own limited, fallible understanding and immediate emotional responses? By sincerely and diligently applying these potent, timeless principles, international trade, diversification, infrastructure development, investment, resource management, budgeting, and strategic partnerships, collaboration, you can successfully build a rock-solid, resilient financial foundation firmly rooted in proven biblical wisdom, thereby positioning yourself to honor God with your stewardship and potential wealth, and ultimately making a lasting, significant impact on the world around you. Always remember, true, enduring wealth isn't just about the physical accumulation of money. It is fundamentally about wise stewardship, profound generosity toward others, and possessing a dedicated heart that consistently seeks God's will in all things, financial or otherwise.